Welcome to the Explainer. So, today we're actually going to just skip the usual agenda because we need to jump right into the massive real world stakes of modern pharmaceutical research. You and we're standing at a really critical juncture in human health right now. We're looking at a complete paradigm shift in how we find, design, and create life saving medicines. It's this incredible shift away from the traditional physical laboratory bench straight into the digital realm, and it is driven entirely by artificial intelligence. 15. Now, that's not just a random number up there. It literally represents a decade and a half of waiting, 10 to 15 years. That is the agonizingly slow timeline it traditionally takes to bring just one single novel drug from a conceptual idea all the way to a market-ready treatment you can pick up at the pharmacy. In the context of our explainer today, this sluggish, bottlenecked pipeline, well, it's basically the villain of our story. It's just a completely unsustainable way to do modern medicine. And let me tell you, that villain is incredibly expensive. Traditional drug discovery isn't just painfully slow, it literally burns through billions of dollars in investment capital. But worse than that, it's plagued by a frustratingly high failure rate. I mean, imagine this. Scientists can spend a full decade, not to mention endless resources, on a promising chemical compound, only to just watch it fail in the final stages of clinical testing. It's heartbreaking, really. We're looking at a broken, inefficient system that is absolutely desperate for a revolution. So look at the stark contrast we've got here. We are finally pivoting away from that time-consuming trial and error approach, and we're moving toward hyper-fast AI algorithms. By leveraging artificial intelligence, we are slashing that massive time and cost burden, we're significantly improving our prediction accuracy, and we're rapidly screening millions, literally millions of chemical compounds in a fraction of the time it used to take. We are essentially replacing years of physical guesswork with high-fidelity digital computation. It's a total game changer. But what exactly do we mean by AI-driven drug discovery? Well, at its core, it's the application of machine learning and computational models to identify, design, and optimize molecules. It basically works by analyzing vast, almost incomprehensible oceans of biological and chemical data. Think of the AI as a tireless pattern recognition engine, one that can simulate complex biology in ways the human brain simply cannot process on its own. And this computational power, it supercharges the entire life cycle of a drug across 6 key stages. It starts right at step 1, target identification, where AI analyzes genomic data to find disease-related proteins, which is then confirmed in step 2, target validation. Step 3 is lead discovery, that's rapidly screening chemical libraries for binding molecules. Next up is drug design and optimization, where it actually tweaks the molecule for stability. Step 5 anticipates toxicity and side effects during preclinical prediction. And finally, clinical trial optimization helps design way better real-world trials by pinpointing the exact patient groups most likely to respond. So AI is really the connective tissue driving every single step. Let's kind of peel back the curtain on this AI black box and look at the specific tools doing the heavy lifting. Machine learning analyzes patterns to predict drug-target interactions and toxicity. Then you have deep learning, which uses complex neural networks for super advanced tasks like predicting 3D protein structures. Natural language processing, or NLP, is actually amazing. It acts like a super librarian extracting biomedical knowledge by reading and digesting millions of pages of scientific literature overnight. And reinforcement learning, it actually constructs entirely new molecules step by step based on a reward function. It is a completely tailored arsenal for biological breakthroughs. Now, to really understand the sheer power of deep learning, we absolutely have to talk about AlphaFold. I actually want to slow down for a second here because AlphaFold is a mind-blowing real-world victory. You see, understanding the complex 3D shape that a protein folds into has historically been one of the absolute hardest problems in biology. But AlphaFold solved it. It successfully predicts protein structures with unprecedented accuracy. This achievement alone accelerates the design phase by years, allowing scientists to instantly see the biological locks they're trying to pick with new drug keys. Building right on that structural knowledge, AI takes molecular modeling to a whole new level. Through things like molecular docking, dynamic simulation, protein structure prediction, and ligand design, scientists can now mathematically predict exactly how drugs will physically fit and interact with their biological targets. Think about that for a second. Before a single chemical is even mixed in a beaker, the algorithm has already simulated the physical interaction to ensure a precise therapeutic fit. But here's the thing, we don't always have to invent a completely new drug from scratch. AI unlocks a massive time saver for us. Drug repurposing. By analyzing molecular structures, biological pathways, and disease similarities, AI can actually find entirely new uses for already approved drugs. Because these compounds have already passed early safety trials, that historical safety data already exists. So this dramatically bypasses years of initial testing, getting life-saving treatments to patients exponentially faster. Why reinvent the wheel, right?
And the human impact of all this, it's absolutely profound. We're not just talking abstract computer science here. We are talking about real-world medical applications that affect you and me. In cancer research, AI identifies oncogenes and designs targeted therapies. For infectious diseases, it drastically accelerated the discovery of COVID-19 antivirals and new antibiotics. It's pushing boundaries right now in Alzheimer's and Parkinson's research, finding novel targets for rare diseases, and it's heavily driving personalized medicine by selecting drugs based on a patient's own unique genetic profile.
Now, AI can't just do all this by itself in a vacuum. There's a common saying in the industry right now. Together, bioinformatics and AI form the backbone of modern drug discovery. You can think of AI as the high-performance engine, but bioinformatics is what actually paves the road. It provides the massive genomic and proteomic databases, the sequence alignment tools, and the molecular interaction networks that the AI relies on entirely to actually function. And if you were to walk into a modern pharmaceutical lab today, these are the actual software tools currently driving this computational revolution. Platforms like AutoDocVina, the Schrödinger Suite, DeepChem, and RDKit are widely utilized in the industry to perform these complex molecular predictions. These aren't just theoretical concepts anymore. They are the active, everyday workbenches of the 21st century scientist. Okay, but let's take a quick reality check here, right? Because amidst all this amazing innovation, we have to remember AI isn't just pure magic. It has strict limitations. It requires absolutely massive, high-quality data sets to learn properly. And if there's statistical bias or skewed data in those sets, it directly throws off the mathematical predictions. There's also the black box issue, a lack of interpretability in some of these complex models where we honestly don't fully understand how the algorithm reached its conclusion. And most importantly, physical experimental validation is still absolutely required. AI massively accelerates the journey, for sure, but the final proof must still happen on the physical lab bench. But even with those limitations, let's just look at the horizon for a second. The future of pharmacy is incredibly exciting. We're moving toward a world of fully AI-designed drugs, totally personalized to your exact genome. We're looking at real-time virtual clinical trials to predict outcomes long before human testing even begins. We'll see the integration of quantum computing to solve molecular equations almost instantly. And we'll even see autonomous drug discovery laboratories, where robotic systems and AI collaborate 24/7, completely without human intervention. Which really brings us to the ultimate question to wrap up this explainer. As AI becomes a central pillar of biomedical innovation, drastically reducing time and costs while skyrocketing efficiency, will the next life-saving drug you take be designed by a human or an algorithm? It is a fascinating future, and the crazy part is it's already arriving. Thank you so much for joining me today, and definitely keep your eyes on the incredible future of computational biology. See you next time.